friends! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Denise, and today we're going to mix up that bit we were working on yesterday. We used a variety of paints. This is Van Dyke Brown. We used some quinacridone gold, but the really deep stuff is Daniel Smith's. And somebody in France made another version that gives us this gorgeous, gorgeous yellow. And we see more of that over there. And I don't know if you can see it. I see it because I have something called pareidolia. I see faces and things. So for this bit right here, I see the profile. I see an eye, I see a nose, and then down here I kind of see them, like their hand holding them up there, a little bit of a leg back there, and that part is like his back with a backpack on, like a climber, like there's his foot kind of climbing up something. But believe it or not, it's easier for me to see it on the when I look at the video capture, you know, while I'm making this this thingy. Anyway, welcome back. Grab your water, grab your tea, grab your coffee. Let's have some fun. This is all going to be about pretty much graphite and maybe a little bit of Winsor Newton. Wow. Oh, brush. Winsor Newton watercolors, you know, the basic set. It's got all the players in here, and if you remember yesterday, we used some we used, what did we use? We used, oh yeah, Daniel Smith's transparent water ground, which you can put on anything, and watercolor it. So, which is kind of cool stuff. So in the graphite zone, we have two water-soluble pencils. This one is a 6B, and this one is an 8B. You can tell I like it, right? Look at this thing. I don't have one of those sticks. It'd be so cool if I did, but I just don't. And then, and those are Derwent. And I also have some of their trade stuff. Ta-da, boop boop. These are also water-soluble pencils from Derwent. I just, you know, I've got their Intense too, but I packed them. And so, like, I use a watercolor pen, and I'm just doing the underside Libby colors, and then I'll put the other ones on there. But I kind of draw the pencils in, and then you can mess around. I'll give you another example. I'm working on it's crazy. I'm working on these really cool, my own little characters, kind of sort of say. But for me, the iris needs to be real looking for whatever reason. So I'm practicing on that kind of stuff. Let's see, my very first one, don't ask me to replicate it. It's not going to happen. But I actually got the flesh color just mixing three basic colors in the watercolor palette. So these are my cartoony people. But you see how I'm working on the iris. And this guy down here is going to be so cute when I get the iris done. And yeah, when I play, I just play on scrap paper. Alright. So we have the pencils. We have the pencils that are water soluble. That's graphite. We have the water soluble graphite paint, which is also erasable. Can you imagine? We have the pencils, so we can help define some things. And as a bonus, oh God, I haven't packed these yet. I have Brusho. It's basically just a graphite powder. Okay, so which is water soluble. I tend to always overuse it though. Oh, that's a cool effect. Let me do it again. Oh my God, no, too much. Too much. All right, so kind of nailed everything here. Without further ado, let's do. I'm gonna still look at you while I try to do this with one hand and it's not working. Yes. All right, my friends, I don't want to keep you here long. We're just gonna work on a little bit. I want to show you how graphite works in different instances. So because I kind of like this thing up here, I'm gonna kind of outline it. My graphite pencils are water soluble. I think it's got a hat on, like one of those things that muffs your ears or something. You know, and if I don't like it, it comes off. So I think that's a pretty cool aspect. I gotta look at my camera thingy to get a good, that's a good shot of his leg. Kind of goes up this way. So his other leg is going to be like in there. And it looks like his hand is kind of like coming out. I'm just going to give him 3 fingers because I'm all about cartoon land. And a shoulder here. Let's go down that way. Boop. And then I'm going to take a water soluble brush. Squeezing it, get some water going, and go in there. And because this is just a concept and I might not keep it, I don't care what happens here. But this is another example of what you can do with water soluble graphite. So I think I might go back in here. I'm gonna play with this spot for a bunch of videos. Watch and see if I don't. Oh, rocks. Alright. So that's an example of the graphite. I'm gonna use the 8. It's a stronger one. And I'm gonna kind of come in here and just scribble in areas I would really like to darken. Okay, because I think that bottom of that tree is more like here. And I'm just going to kind of outline very lightly this tree that looks like it's broken. And it's kind of behind, it's in the back, man. And here we have what could be rocks. Let me bring you down, my friendies. I like to think, I spent the money on this damn camera, I might as well use it proper. Here we go. So down in here, I'm seeing like rocks, like the kind of tall ones that kind of just, you know, hang out. They really, you know, it's like those rocks. And there's something back there, but I'm not sure yet. So kind of outline that. This to me seems like I don't know, like an old man, like an old fat tree. But he's busted too, so he's just kind of going with the flow, I guess. Ah, you broken tree. Oopsie. Oh, okay. So that's using the graphite pencils. All right. I'm going to leave them on there and let them mingle with the paint. Let me show you an example of the graphite pencils. Well, colored pencils, the graphite colored. So that's the difference between these guys. I have kind of a blue, and I'm just going to go in this area right here. Oopsie. Take you with me. I'm going to kind of go in here. Let me see if turning this light off will help. Or maybe going like that. Going like this. Yeah. Alright, yeah, you can see better. Alright, so because this is a graphite, water-soluble color, I can then take the paintbrush again and go ahead and paint with it. So I know eventually we're going to have some kind of sky in here. It's not going to be this bold. So we've talked before about taking out and putting in. So I'm just going to leave that there for a little bit. Give it a sec. Let it kind of stain. And then we'll peel it out. This way it's not so foreboding, but we'll worry about the sky later. Today's all about examples. Okay, so that's an example of Graphitint colored pencils, water-soluble colored pencils. I'm going to put the lid on for you. By Derwent. Graphitint. To tint your stuff. Okay, sure. Wow. Anyway, those are really cool things for me personally because all my paint, my real solid painting projects are in the box. Alright, so we did some blue. That's kind of cool. I'm going to give you an up-see on that. So we put it on, took it off. Now I want to show you what the pan colors look like. I want to go with this green. And for this one I'm going to use my Thirsty Beautiful brush. Going down in the water real heavy. Going into that light green. Oh. And like I said, this paint is, excuse me. Gagging on my Nicorette. So this is a graphite color here, and kind of similar to our, well, not really. Oh, now remember this area yesterday, my frenzies? We went in here and it wouldn't accept the paint. It is today because we covered it with the watercolor ground. So what I like to do with graphite, and this is why this is a cool video, is for anybody who's never done it, is it stains. It's going to go ahead and stain your spot, your area, so you can go in and play. Alright, Now I want to show you so I'm going to use sandstone or terracotta, yellow ochre. Oh, let's try this yellow ochre. This is Brusho, and what I'm going to do, rather than hosier this area down, get it all wet, I'm gonna I poke holes in them, because really just takes a drop and you'll have this shit all over the place. You'll lose more than you'll gain. So I'm just gonna kind of tap a little bit here, and a little bit on the areas with the rocks. I keep a pin in them. Okay. Now I'm going to get my pen, my brush wet, and I'm going to go into the Graphitint, or to the Brusho. Now you see you get this gorgeous color. This almost looks like our gold. Yeah, I'm fine. Quinacridone gold. It really has that look. Very beautiful, and it's still going on, my friends. So anywhere you put it, you can use it to speckle, and you can use it to paint. So we put some on these rocks here, and we may be doing layers on the rocks. So try to remember where your light and dark is. That's the only thing with rocks, especially if you're manipulating the canvas with, you know, shapes that you then play with. So I'm gonna lighten this one coming in here, just on the one side. And tomorrow, when these rocks dry, we'll go in and define them some more. It's about layering, and it's a really cool graphite. Graphite is really cool. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I have that little bit of sandstone on here, and I'm gonna add a wet brush, and I'm gonna go in and start defining this old man. This beautiful, beautiful old man. Tree, Mr. Tree. That's Mr. Tree to you. And what I'm doing is I'm wetting the areas. Oh, and I stuck my hand in it. It's the beauty. It's the beauty of it all. Okay. I'm going to take the darkness into the beautiful colors that we've already created. Remember that the underside of your tree is darker, so you really don't have to go over there. I mean, we'll eventually go in and soften that these lines, but we want to give the illusion of, we want your eyes to see contours and values. And don't let the term value mess with you, because it just means lighter or darker and all those places in between. And so the value could be, let's say you have yellow. So the value of your yellow goes the entire spectrum. Light to dark, everything in between, and those values can change based on if you're changing the color. So then your color, your value, the value of all your colors change. So that, don't let the term value throw you off. as you're playing with your stuff. Just think light to dark. And that also gives you a sense of depth. See, we haven't even gone in here yet, but we're building layers of dark and light, and that gives you the illusion that that we're stepping into this forest and seeing it for what it is. All right. Now I'm going in and softening these lines. And again, what I love about graphite when you're painting is the flexibility that you get when you're doing it. Because if you don't like what's going on, my friendsies, take it out. You get a really wet brush and you take it out. And it's not going to hurt a thing. See how cool we're getting this big old man tree. Big tree. But he's broke, and that's okay. He just had a life, you know? We all break sometimes. But the best part about being human is we pick ourselves back up. We get back on our feet. And it's hard. It's hard. 8 years ago, I lost my daughter. She was 26. I didn't think I'd ever come back to life after that. Honestly, I didn't think I'd ever smile again. Until I saw the clouds one day. I'd been looking down so long at that point, I didn't even know how long. A couple of years, I think. And then the most outrageously long stoplight in the world. There was again, I'm going back to my paraphernalia, but I saw the profile of a child in the cloud. It was so amazing. And the beauty of that was that I was able to, it's like the longest stoplight in the world. I was able to get my camera. You know, I have a 5-speed, so, you know, I don't mess with my camera in the car. But I was able to get it out and snap several beautiful pictures. And because the camera was, you know how like at the top of your windows in your car, you'll have this blue thing? And like a sunshade thing painted into your windshield, but it took the picture through that, so the contrast was off the charts. And I said, I have to paint. And I've been doing this ever since. And learning so much and really enjoying life. Now look at this tree. We did this with just graphite pencil, a water-soluble graphite pencil. We did use the strongest, which is the 8B. And when this dries tomorrow, I can go back in. We will go in together and keep working on it. So we have used everything. Brusho. I got all this water for nothing. I'm not wasting, trust me, I'll save it. Also, I want to show you what I did. Yeah, because we gotta let that dry. We can do more down here. Where are we at 17? We'll go 20 minutes. So let's use more Brusho because it's so cool. I'm moss green. No, I think, did we do that one? I think we did. No, we did lime green. All right, so I'm gonna tap in a little moss green, which is darker than the lime. I did want to use a yellow ochre. See, yeah, what we're doing. Remember I talked about dark and light values? Just values. They don't have to be the same color, but they change amongst themselves, right? Which gives you an illusion of something that's just not there, but blend it. And a sense of depth. And I just love making rocks. I don't care. I think like all my work recently, that of course we're just doing this for fun, but I do every bit of it. Just gotta have a rock in it or something. Put some here, and then you can take. Look at how that Brusho just goes on. It's starting to mix with the other colors, giving you. There we go. There's another word that people are afraid of. What's harmony? Well, that's when you have colors that seem to kiss each other very, very, very much on the paper. They really enjoy being there. Because you don't look at it and go, oh my God, that blue doesn't belong. And trust me, when yeah, I still to this day make those things. I don't care. I really like a certain color blue. And so when I make it, I put it in there. I don't care if it doesn't harmonize. Show me the music. Show me the music. All right. So this is beautiful, and I love the dots that are happening. So this is Brusho making rocks. I just kind of put them where I wanted them, and the Brusho is going to do the rest. And we'll put all sorts of wonderful little greens and things in here when it all dries. All right, my friends. Thank you for sharing this time with me. It truly means a lot. I'm feeling so good. Everything's getting packed up. For all of my friends, when I move to the top of a mountain, dirt roads, oh my God. The beauty. My mother has 8 acres up there with a pond and wildlife, and oh my goodness. 2 acres gardens. We're going to be making food. We're just going to have so much fun painting the whole entire 7 or 8 acres. Oh, I love it. All right, my friends, I will see you tomorrow. Ciao, Bella. I love you, Mommy. She's 83.